Okay, in algebra today we are looking at 7.2, which is multiplying polynomials. We're going to use distribution, and then we are going to learn about the box method. So be sure you're looking at the side of the worksheet that has this at the top. Okay, to use distribution, this is something we've done a lot before. You're just going to multiply the number that is outside of the parentheses times every single term inside the parentheses. So 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 2 times 5x squared is positive 10x squared. And 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. Then it says to be sure to write your answer in standard form. So remember, standard form means to rearrange your terms so that they are the largest degree first, and then the next largest, and so on in decreasing order. So the 10x squared is going to be our largest degree. And then what I noticed is next we have 6x and negative 4x that are like terms. So 6x minus 4x is positive 2x. So positive plus 2x and then minus 4. So that should be your answer as a trinomial. Okay, number 2 is a little bit different. You have a variable on the number that's getting distributed. But otherwise it works the same way. So negative 6x times negative 4 is positive 24x. Negative 6x times negative 2x is positive 12. Be careful here. That's a little exponent 1 and another exponent 1, hidden and visible, so x times x is x squared. Careful there. And then negative 6x times positive 3x squared would be negative 18x. Let's see how many. You have the 1 here distributed to the 2 here, so that is x to the third. And then you need to rearrange it in descending order. So this is the largest priority. It's the biggest degree. So negative 18x cubed. I don't know what that is. Next would be plus 12x squared. And then plus 24x. Okay, you can either try the third one on your own, or if you're not quite ready for that, and then push pause, or if you're not quite ready for that, I will work it out with you. Negative 2 times 9x squared is negative 18x squared. Negative 2 times negative 3x is positive 6x. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. And then negative 2 times 5x is minus 10x. And in descending order would be our negative 18x squared. That's the largest degree. 6x and minus 10x are like terms, which would be minus 4x, and then plus 8. Okay, now we're going to learn about the box method. So box method kind of reminds me of lattice method in math that you guys used to do maybe in elementary school. You're going to actually build a box, and the box is, in this situation, needs to be 2 rows by 2 columns. And the reason it's a 2 by 2 box is because we have a binomial multiplied by another binomial. So you're going to choose the first set of binomials and either go across the top or down the side. It doesn't matter. I'll just go across the top. Put each term individual above each box. So this is 2x, and that's a negative 3. And then the other binomial is going to go down the left side. So x and negative 1. And then you're just going to fill it in kind of like you would a Punnett square in science. And in order to fill in the box, it is by multiplication. So 2x times x is actually 2x squared. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. And then negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. And then you are just going to write your answer, just left to right, fill in what the answer is. So that'd be 2x squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 3. And you would be finished, except I see a couple of like terms here that we can go ahead and combine. So your final answer would be 2x squared minus 3x minus 2x is minus 5x plus 3. And just as a little tip, diagonally you can look in your box and see some like terms, usually diagonally just like that. Okay, so on number 5, it's another binomial by a binomial. So you're going to once again set up a 2 by 2 box, 2 columns, 2 rows. Just to show you that you could put the first set down the side, we'll do that this time. So y minus 6, y negative 6, 3y plus 3 across the top, and then you're just going to fill them in by multiplying. So 3y times y is 3y squared. Your first one's almost always squared or cubed, just not always, but just make sure you have that. Y times 3 is 3y. Negative 6 times 3y is negative 18y. And negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my like terms, and then I'm going to write my answer left to right. So 3y squared, these two combined is negative 15y, and negative 18. Okay, if you want, go ahead and push pause and try number 6 on your own, and then fast forward and skip to see if you got the same answer I did. If you want to do it with me, here we go. 2 columns, 2 rows, because it's a binomial and a binomial. 6y and negative 4, 2y and negative 7. 2y times 6y is 12y squared. 2y and negative 4 is negative 8y. 6y and negative 7 is negative 42y. And negative 7 times negative 4 is positive 28. I'm looking for my 2 like terms. Final answer left to right would be 12y squared. Negative 42 minus 8 is negative 50y plus 28. Okay, in the last section we're going to do, it looks like there's more than a binomial. It's a binomial being multiplied by a trinomial. So we are going to do a 2 by 3 box, because it is 2 terms multiplied by 3 terms. So I'm going to do 2 rows, and I'm going to make 3 columns. And in this situation, my binomial needs to go down the side because that's where I have the 2 spaces. So I'll do the x and the 10 there. And my trinomial needs to go across the top because that's where I have 3 spaces. So 3x squared, 5x, and negative 2. All right, fill it in by multiplying. 3x squared times x is actually 3x cubed. X times 5x is 5x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. 10 times 3x squared is 30x squared. 10 times 5x is 50x. And 10 times negative 2 is negative 20. I'm still going to look diagonally for my like terms, but I notice that I've got a couple of diagonals that are like terms with each other. So left to right, my final answer is going to be 3x cubed. When you combine 30x plus 5x squared, it is 35x squared, positive 35x squared. 50x minus 2x is positive 48x, and then minus 20. That's a big answer. It's a polynomial. It's more than a trinomial, which is when they're just starting to be called polynomials. Okay, 8 is also a trinomial and a binomial, but just to show you it doesn't matter if you go horizontally or vertically. I'm going to make a vertical box this time. Does not matter which way you prefer. You're going to get the same answer as long as you're writing it in standard form. So I'm going to do 2 columns this time and 3 rows. So my trinomial is going to go down the side. So 2m squared, negative 9m, and negative 5. And then across the top, 3m and 7. Okay, go ahead and fill it in. That would be 6m cubed. 2m squared times 7 is 14m squared. Negative 9m and 3m multiplied is negative 27m squared. Negative 9m times 7 is negative 63m. Negative 5 times 3m is negative 15m. And negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Okay, I'm still going to look diagonally for my like terms. And then I'm going to write my answer left to right. So 6m cubed Negative 27m squared and positive 14m squared is negative 13m squared, I think. Negative 15m and negative 63m is negative 78m, and then minus 35. Okay. Our very last one is our biggest one. You can go ahead and push pause and try it on your own if you want, but what I see right off the bat is it's a trinomial multiplied by another trinomial. So we're going to need a very big box here. It's going to be a 3 by 3. In order to do a trinomial, you need 3 columns and 3 rows. A trinomial multiplied by another trinomial. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to do 3r squared up here, 3r and negative 8. And then the other trinomial I'm going to put going down the side, 5, negative 2r, and r squared. All right, let's fill it in by multiplying. 3r squared times 5 is 15r squared. 5 times 3r is 15r. 5 times negative 8 is negative 40. Negative 2r times 3r squared is negative 6r cubed. Negative 2r times 3r is negative 6r squared. Negative 2r times negative 8 is 16r. R squared times 3r squared is 3r to the 4th power. R squared and 3r is 3r cubed. R squared and negative 8 is negative 8r squared. Okay, now I'm going to still look diagonally. It looks like they're like terms going this way, which is fine. Then there's a big one in here. And then these are also like terms. Okay, so normally you start at the top left corner, but that's just the way it happens to fall after you do your multiplying. So in this case, my largest degree is to the 4th power. So in standard form, we're going to write this number first and work our way this direction. So 3r to the 4th, negative 6r cubed and 3r cubed is negative 3r cubed. 15r minus 6r minus 8r is 1, I think. I think that's 1. So plus r squared. You can put a 1 there if you want. And then 15r plus 16r is positive 31r, and then minus 40. So really big problem, but not too difficult to solve.